What's up, everybody? It's been a minute since I've posted a video. I think it's been about a week or so. And what better way to make a video than talking about what's to come with the new season, Beyond Light, and all that goodness, right? And I got a lot of news. Boy, oh boy. Some you may know, some you may not know. Hopefully, there's some stuff in here you don't know. But first things first, so I don't waste no time, let's get right into the exotic guns that are going to be in Beyond Light and all that. So to start it off, the obvious, no time to explain. Now, okay. No time to explain, obviously, it was Destiny 1 gun, but this has a little twist on it. Its perk is precision hits and hits affected by stasis to enemies will return bullets to the mag. And if you stack these hits, it will open a portal and shoot bullets. But what most people are missing from this is when that portal opens, those bullets are coming from another timeline, which is interesting, but I'll maybe explain that in another video, maybe a lore video. Next things next. What? Let me just hop up here. But next thing is an exotic sniper, Cloud Strike. Precision final blows will generate lightning bolts. The Crucible is about to get real messy with this. But here's the thing, rapid precision hits creates a whole thunderstorm. That was ironic timing for that little lightning strike sound effect, or whatever the fuck that was. That was perfect timing. Mwah. Okay, next thing's next. An exotic sword called the Lamet. If you block with this sword, you can charge it up and use it as a chainsaw. It's like a sword saw. It's one name you could call it. And here's the thing, when you charge it up all the way by blocking with it at full charge, dealing damage will also heal you. That would be good in PvE for sure, especially since swords are on the come up. But I think the first time in Destiny, PvEN is starting to be PvP now. Next thing's next, an exotic grenade launcher. Salvation's Grip, which we actually got a pretty good look at in the initial trailer for Beyond Light and the new season. Each grenade freezes. Alright, the music's getting intense. I don't need the intense music, guys. It's all good. In fact, let me go through the portal. I thought the music would change, but it's whatever. But each grenade shot freezes nearby enemies on impact, and if it charges up on rapid kills, it will increase the radius. Another wonderful PvE weapon. Possibly PvP useful. I don't know how this freeze thing is going to work. But hopefully it's not too overpowered. Fingers crossed, because this will break the game if it's overpowered. Alright, well, next thing's next. Let's get right into the armor pieces. First things first, Titan Exotic Helmet. Precious Scars. When revived, you will get an overshield that protects you, but not only you, anybody near you when you're revived. But now that is going to be messy, especially for something like Trials. We all know that Trials is big on reviving and keeping your teammates alive. Imagine getting revived, reviving someone with this helmet, and it's an intense game, and you have this exotic on. Things are about to get real hectic, and Trials is a mess already. But next thing's next, Titan Exotic Gauntlets. Ice for Mantle, I believe it's called. This replaces a Titan Barricade with an overshield. And I believe the more you're shot with this exotic on, the faster the charge time is for the overshield to use, which I find pretty interesting. I'm excited to see how this goes, but Titans are already overpowered enough, and these two exotics right here, kind of crazy. But Hunters are making a comeback too, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little hyped for. Anywho, the first Hunter exotic helmet, well, not the first, but the first and only, as of right now, the Hunter exotic helmet, Mask of Bacchus. This replaces a Hunter dodge with a longer range blink ability that temporarily makes you invisible. Now, we're going to be teleporting, and after that teleportation, we're going to be invisible. That's going to be real good. Let me tell you that right now. I might be big on that. I'm excited to use that for sure. But next thing, Hunter exotic gauntlets, excuse me. Athrus's Embrace. The Hunter weighted knife, which is obviously only solar. Well, it gains a second ricochet off a wall. And rapid critical hits with this knife gives you a damage bonus. Either way, for them knife users, it's gonna get pretty dicey in there with all this new armor pieces and guns and whatnot. But let's move on to the Warlocks. The Warlock exotic helmet, Dawn Chorus. Warlock Daybreak, excuse me. Projectiles does extra damage and causes enemies to burn, and burn damage increases your grenade charge up. Pretty good, making Daybreak, I would say, more of a PvE asset now with that grenade charge up, but also PvP. It makes it both, it plays both sides of the plate now, which is pretty interesting in my opinion. Next up is a Warlock exotic gauntlet, Necrotic Grip, which is melee attacks slowly poison your enemies, and if you kill the enemies that's been poisoned, it spreads to nearby enemies and restores your melee energy. Wow. Why did I just get all... Oh, okay.
Adek's mind has turned its thoughts toward our present reality.
I thought some weird shit was going on. I was about to be like, wait, hold on. But, anywho, with these gauntlets, being poisoned when you're meleeed, that's pretty crazy. And the fact that it affects people around you, like some sort of poison wave of damage, that's gonna be a pain in the ass. Moving away from weapons and armor and just exotics, for like on the side of that, gear I should say, on the side of that, let's go to upgradable Ghost with customizable mod slots. And you... Okay. Mercury has a lot of loud noises, but I was not ready for that. To unlock the 4th slot, you need to masterwork your Ghost. And yes, there will be masterworking Ghost now, which is kind of interesting. Which I'm kind of interested to see how that plays out. But for example, for a mod, for a Ghost, there is one that defeating bosses in Vanguard playlist, Strikes or Nightfalls, has a chance at dropping an enhancement prism. And this is gonna like make the game a lot simpler, but it's gonna make it interesting. It's really gonna make it a lot more on your personal preference on how you want to play the game, a lot more on how your style is and whatnot. It's gonna all come down to that. But nonetheless, and you'll be able to see what how to get each mod for your Ghost as per the as your collections. As per usual with anything else that you need to unlock, it's told in the collections what you need to do and how to get it. Next thing is mod upgrades. All armor will have a 4th mod slot, and in Season 12, all weapon mods can be better used on any piece of armor, which makes things a lot more simpler. And it doesn't matter what the energy type is, so modding armor is less stressful. Incredible. I gotta say, that's gonna be really good for me. I don't know about you guys, but that's very pleasant to hear. And starting in Season 12, all raid armor will drop with a 5th slot that will be used for raid-specific mods. Also, very good. For raids, at least. And speaking of raids, the new raid Deepstone Crypt will in fact go live November 21st. Otherwise, 11 days after Beyond Light's launch, and the recommended power for it is 1230. For at least every encounter. If you complete the raid within 24 hours, you'll get a special emblem, which I find a little cool, in my opinion. It's just an emblem, but I find it kind of cool. And I'm definitely going to be trying to get that emblem, and stay tuned for that on November 21st. Otherwise, when you get the completion for the raid, you will get a completely different emblem. So yeah, either way, when you complete the raid, you're getting an emblem. Just one's a 24-hour completion, and one's just a completion emblem. But as of terms of the next-gen console with this game, re-downloading the game, which is required for those that don't know. And you could re-download it within 10 hours before launch, according to Bungie. And this is to give players breathing room to play the game at launch, so they're satisfied and they get what they spent their money for. You know what I mean? Well, if you pre-ordered or if you plan on buying it at launch. But definitely, everybody, as soon as that 10-hour mark comes into play, definitely start re-downloading it at the 10-hour mark. And the only reason they're doing this, for people that don't know, is well, I mean, it's not if you don't know, but it's kind of obvious that there's a huge chunk of just content being removed, and there's a huge chunk of content being added in. So it's a whole huge update, and they'd rather just reinstall the game, which is understandable. And last but not least, when it comes to Destiny 2 Beyond Light, is this. There's news on Europa's weather system. It could go from a nice clear sky to a slightly snowy and slightly windy area. But yeah. And this snowy area and the winds can partially obscure your vision. Oh dear Lord. But will partially obscure your vision, making it harder to see. And this light snowfall can go to very harsh snowfall and harsh winds, very intense, and making it almost nearly blinding. Well, not blinding, but very hard to see, even for something that's really close to you. Which makes it kind of like a spicy twist on things. So I recommend a thermal sighted weapon for sure. And trust me, enemies out there in Europa, they're gonna lock onto you and they will shoot you even if you can't see them. So I say you be ready for them as best as you can, and that's why I'm recommending a thermal sight to you, because I know when I'm out there in Europa, I'm gonna have a thermal sight. I don't know about you guys, but stay alert at all times, and that's that. Besides that, I hope everybody enjoyed. I hope everybody learned something new. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace.